Hello, friends, and welcome back to my studio. It is so nice to have you here with me today, and I know it's been a while. I recorded this video a few months ago, but I never got around to editing it until today. Usually, I just put text captions on my screen, but for a change, I wanted to do a voiceover this time. I thought it would be a nice way to connect with more people, just talking naturally from the heart. Like we are just sitting down together with a cup of coffee. I actually had my microphone and studio equipment set up for about 5 years ago. Back then, when I first started my YouTube channel and videos, I invested quite a bit of money into different gear, microphones, computer. Even I paid for video editing software those days. And everything else I thought I needed. But after getting it all, I never really got a full chance to use it properly. For a long time, self doubt held me back. I would think to myself, what if I make mistakes? What if I say things wrong or people judge my accent? Hearing your own recorded voice for the first time always feels a bit weird. And those worries used to pull me back from doing voiceovers. I think I only managed one or two videos with my voice before stopping. But I realized something as time went on, especially when you get into your late 30s and start heading towards your 40s. You reach a point where you feel a lot more content, a lot more comfortable in your own skin, and comfortable with who you are and what you're doing. You stop worrying so much about what other people might think. Even though English is my second language, I primarily speak Malayalam. Um, I wanted to speak in English because I have friends who speak different languages, and some of my lovely subscribers from all over from the world watch the videos too. So it helped more people that I can connect with. I felt like it was finally come to step past the fear, express myself through my own voice, and just share this journey with you all. When I sat down to figure out what to talk about today, I started thinking about my old sketchbook. Those everyday sketches you do at home. They are never perfect or fancy, but sometimes they are the only way you keep going and stay close to your art when life gets busy, especially when you're with your full time job, your family, and your daily routines. For a couple of years, my entire art journey lived right inside those pages. I would finish a sketchbook, do a 30-day challenge, take a long break, and then dive right back in. That was my routine for the past few years. Today's video was shot on a Sunday afternoon. It was my off day, if I'm right. Um, It was just before a busy week started, and I just wanted to carve out some quiet time for my art. I didn't have much energy or a big plan, so I ended up sitting down and flipping through my old sketchbook. Back then, watercolor was my main medium. I used it since I was a kid because it was easily available, felt familiar, cheaper, um, but I soon learned that while it looks simple, watercolor is actually one of the hardest medium. If you make a mistake, it is so hard to fix. After stepping away from my art for a while to focus on my full-time job and my other part-time interest, that's a photography, art always got pushed to the side. But as you get older, you start asking yourself what you really want to do with your life. I realized that if I didn't make space for art now, I didn't know when I ever would. I wanted to start treating it like a real important part of my life, just like any other important things that I cherish. I used to think that to make art, you need a whole day of full energy and you have to wait until you feel fully inspired. I kept thinking, oh, I will wait for that one big day when I can make real masterpiece. But honestly, that day never came, and I don't think it ever does if you keep waiting for perfection. That is why I had to change my mindset. Even if you are tired, even if you are not doing it every single day, you just have to try to show up at least once or twice a week. I read somewhere, or maybe heard from someone, that if you keep doing something continuously for 21 or 28 days, it slowly becomes a habit. I really feel that way now. At least for the past month or two, I have been making it point to come down to the studio and do something. Some days I'm not even painting, sometimes I'm just sitting here flipping through my old paintings, looking at how things used to look. Other days, I just prep my canvas or get my art pages ready for the next day, so it is easier to start. And yes, some days I do complete a small paintings in an hour because they are smaller pieces. The most important thing I learned is just to keep going, even in small ways. If you keep showing up, you still feel connected to your art and you don't drift away from it. Right now, in my current stage, I have been focusing heavily on oil painting. I started working with oils last month because I set a big personal goal for myself, a 100 painting challenge. Now it's not a 100 days straight challenge, but rather a goal to complete 100 paintings in different sizes. To be honest, the deadline I gave myself is the end of December. I know, it might be a little too much. So far, I have only made 9 paintings, and this next one will be number 10. And for the next 10 or 20 paintings, I actually want to double the size of what I have been doing, especially with the canvas size. With my work schedule and my daily life keeping me busy, it is not always easy to find the time to finish them all. But I have decided I don't want to rush myself or push too hard to the point where it stops being fun. Whatever I can complete within my time, I will finish, and I'm going to keep doing step by step until I finally reach that 100 painting goal. This whole process is really helping me learn my medium. Oil painting is completely new to me, and every single day I do it, I realize I am learning something fresh. Some days I catch myself being too strict, holding my brush too tight because I am overthinking, worried. Then other days I remind myself to just keep it loose, let it be whatever it turns out to be, and see the final result without stressing. While I was down here recording this video, I even got a little visitor. My dog, Coco, came up to check on me. Usually, she doesn't walk around much in here because the studio can be a strange place for her, and I don't let her roam freely because of the paintings. But sometimes my daughter brings her, or my son brings her downstairs into my studio just to say a quick hello before taking her back upstairs. It's those little moments of everyday life mixed with art that makes it all feel so real. There are days when I start painting with high expectations and the result doesn't turn out quite how I wanted. But then there are other days where I start with zero expectations, and even if the painting is not perfect, I still feel a deep connection to it. That is why I love this process. Never really know what the end result will look like. You just try your best and put your heart into what is on the canvas. For the longest time, I was actually really scared to even try oil painting. I used to think oils were only for experts or people with the formal art school training or the old masters from history who made all those famous museum paintings. Because of that, I was way too nervous to touch them. But last year, I saved up a little money and gifted myself some oil paints. I specifically bought water soluble oils because I wanted to avoid strong chemical smells and keep things safe and non toxic around the house because my studio is in basement and it got only a small window, and in Canada we have like 6 month winter. We can't open the window because of the cold weather, so I thought it's safe getting water soluble oil paint. Being self-taught artist, I have never had any formal training. I don't always know the right rules, so I just watch people online, figure things out as I go, and paint whatever comes to my mind and heart. People often tell me my work looked like an illustration or a storybook style, or sometimes a bit like narrative folk art. I'm still trying to find the exact words for my style, but I don't overthink it. I just paint how it feels to me. Right now, my big goal is to focus on this one medium, get better at the techniques, and eventually work on larger canvases. Moving away from watercolor to oil is a huge change because they are practically complete opposites. But I'm excited to learn as I go. Thank you so much for watching my video and listening to my little talk. I hope we can connect again through my next video. I'll see you back in my next video. Thank you so much. See you.